Hello, kitties. Has been a little bedtime story. Well, gather round. Tom was sitting in class. There was only 6 minutes until final bell and the promise of a fun-filled weekend. As he sat beside the window going through his worksheet, something caught his eye. He turned and looked at the grass outside. There was something over there. When school was over, he ran to the spot where he saw it. He ran fast so no one else could grab it. It was a purse. He picked it up and looked inside to see if he could discover its owner, but it was empty. Empty, save for a photograph. It was a picture of the most beautiful girl Tom had ever seen. She wore a red dress and a pair of black tights. Her long straight hair framed her pale face. She smiled, whilst giving the photographer a peace sign with 2 fingers in front of a blue Volkswagen Beetle with a white stripe. She was so beautiful. Tom wanted to meet her. He had to meet her. He ran all over school asking anyone that was still around if they knew her or had ever seen her before, but everyone he asked said no. When he got home, he asked his sister and parents if they knew the girl, with little enthusiasm. But unfortunately, they too had no idea who she was. Tom walked up the stairs, placed the picture on his nightstand, and went to sleep. In the middle of the night, he was awakened by a tapping on his window. Like a bird tapping to get in. He was about to get up to shoo it away until the tapping stopped and he heard a woman giggle. He froze in the act of getting out of bed. Now wide awake, he looked out the window and saw the girl from the photograph on the other side of the street, beckoning to him. He climbed out of his window and jumped. With a thud, he landed on the lawn below, but when he looked up, she was gone. The next day, he asked his neighbors if they knew her, thinking that maybe she was visiting someone from out of town, but was treated to the same chorus of no's as before. He went to his room and lay, staring at the picture on his nightstand. Eventually, he drifted off to sleep. Once again, he was awakened by a midnight tapping. He took the picture in hand and, seeing the mysterious woman was once again beckoning for him to follow, jumped out of his window. Again, she had disappeared by the time he had touched the ground. Unperturbed, he went across the road, hoping to catch a glimpse of where she went or to some new clue. When suddenly, a Volkswagen Beetle, blue, with a white stripe, came screaming around the corner, hit Tom, sending him skyward. He saw the car screech out of sight just before he landed, and his neck snapped. He lay dead, with the picture in his hand. The sergeant got out of the car and walked over to the scene. Her mother was crying hysterically over the limp, lifeless body of her son. Her husband, trying to console her, whilst fighting his own grief. He motioned for his partner to get the couple inside and radioed for an ambulance. Grabbed a blanket from his trunk and went to cover the body. He saw a picture in the young boy's hand. He bent down and picked it up. It was a picture of a cute girl standing in front of a badly damaged Volkswagen Beetle. But the girl was smiling, wearing a red dress and a pair of black tights, and, for some reason, holding up 3 fingers to the camera. You can find the link to the unaltered story in the description below. Now off to sleep, little ones. And if you happen to dream of liking and subscribing, well, that's okay. And go ahead and leave your favorite story in the comments, and maybe I'll read it next time. Until then, good night.